And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to the Market Recap. I am Dan Hodgman. It is Monday, January 3rd, 2022. I hope you guys all had a great holiday couple weeks, had a nice New Year's, and I hope you enjoyed some time away from the markets. As you can tell, I am a little congested. I do have a cold. Thankfully, I am still COVID negative, taking the test, but I do apologize if I start coughing or sneezing throughout this for maybe the next couple days. Markets were opportunistic today. We got crude oil breaking off the open this morning, makes a new low, but does not hold below that 74.50. Instead, that market rallies higher, takes all the way off, up $2 to 76.50 before rotating right back to that $76 mark. At 76.50, that's pretty darn close, right, to that overnight high, and where we saw some consolidation last week. I do apologize for this once again. We'll try and get through this without too many congestion issues. S&Ps open up, volatile first half hour of the day, breaking lower, checking highs, finally finds a little bit of support off that settlement price, and that market starts to grind higher. We saw S&Ps making new highs last week. Nasdaq, on the other hand, was struggling to get back to those highs. Nasdaq, though, same exact volatile open, right? We saw lower volume the last couple weeks. Everyone was getting antsy to get back into things here to start the year off, and that makes sense for that first half hour. That market, again, just like S&Ps, found a little bit of support off that settlement price, took off, and grinding higher throughout the entire day. Gold, no surprise here. You got Treasuries yields way up. So you've got gold down. You've got Euro down. You've got Treasuries and the 10-year note. All of those have sold off here today, opened up and just kind of took off to the downside. So if you're able to find some short opportunities, a little bit of strength in those downtrend moves, hopefully you're able to take a chance there. News today, right, other than that it's the first trading day of the year, is Apple. First $3 trillion company. It's funny. We were talking companies hitting that $1 trillion mark just a few years ago, and now they're really, really taking off with Apple, tripling their value essentially over the last few years. So strong moves there. You got Tesla grinding higher. I think that's up about $130, $140. And all off of their reporting for record vehicle deliveries back in 2021. All right, let's take a look at these markets real quick. I want to say hello to everyone. Jordan, good to see you. Norman, Joshua, glad to see you did well today. Autoclus, Omicron variant requires a throat swab. Nasal is ineffective. I've done both. I've taken a few tests. Camera, a Logitech webcam, HD 1080p. We have nicer ones back at the office, but working from home, we all use just some Logitech ones. Webcams, I think they're middle-of-the-road price. They're pretty decent. Epic 2, good to see you as well. All right, let's go take a look at these charts here and see what we had happening here today. As always, we want to start with our crude oil market. And like we said, crude oil broke down to that 74.50, moved through there actually pretty nicely. And truthfully, off the open, we're looking for this market to start to make new lows. If we see this market starting to make new lows, then hey, maybe there's opportunity to the downside. But it rejected really quickly, and as soon as we saw that rejection and this market start to trade back inside of Friday's range, that's where some good opportunity was. Well, for me, I'm waiting to see acceptance inside value. Once I see this market accepting inside value from last week, that's where I'm going to start to look for high side movement. I'm looking for low to high value ranges. And so as soon as I see this market carrying over, accepting inside, that's when I'm looking for my long opportunity to go from low to high. That's all I'm looking for. At this point, I'm not looking for breakouts. I'm not looking for crazy moves. I'm strictly looking for inside opportunity, low to high. And that's what this market presented really nicely here today. Let's look at the S&P 500. Now, just to be clear, today is just a getting back into things for me. I did not take any trades, strictly just tried to get my feet wet again, looking at what these markets were doing, trying to just get caught up on everything I stopped looking at for the last 2 weeks. So it'll be a slower start for me this week, but we are going to take a look at everything. So this market, here's what we're looking at. You've got settlement price in the S&Ps at 47.5850. 47.5850 right here. This market opens up and breaks hard, just like gold or crude did. But again, no acceptance down below. It checked it, could not attract in the sellers. Buyers took this thing back up, and that's when we get to start to look for opportunity. That's when we're starting to look to see if this market's going to rotate and maintain trend to the upside. On the higher time frame, this market is still trending to the upside. We've kind of fallen into a little pattern over the last few days, but we are seeing a strong upside move. So market accepts inside value from yesterday or from last week. Once we see that acceptance, great opportunity. We can find that support off a settlement price. Obviously, it moves through there just a little bit, about 5 handles. But we're looking for rotation back to high side, and this market really took off. I was really hoping to see it come over here to overnight swing high and almost back to last Thursday's value high. Did not get, or point of control, did not make it up there, but that's something we want to pay attention to. We still have an unchecked point of control all the way up here at 47.92, so let's keep an eye on that one. Next, let's go ahead and look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq a little bit different. Settlement price in this market, 16,320 and 3/4. 16,320 and 3/4. All right, so this market opens up. We make a low from Friday. Just like the last 2 markets we've looked at, we rejected lower moves. Market rotated back inside. Boom, there's our chance. We want to look for these upside moves. Now, this market, a little bit different. Here's a great opportunity, in my opinion, to take advantage of trend. Market gives us a little bit of a sell-off here today, pulls right back to point of control from Friday, and there we go. This is what I'm looking for to get in on this upside move. I'm not saying that this is where the rally's over. Rather, we're looking for pullbacks, and that's what we want to look for. We want to look for where that market's going to pull back to a key level. Pulls right back to point of control, and there's my chance. There's the opportunity right here to go ahead and take that long and continue a trend to the upside. Next, let's go ahead and look at the euro. All right, euro, a little different story. We saw a grind higher in the overnight, but this market started to go make new lows, and it did attract the sellers instantaneously. This initial big move, very difficult. Plain and simple. If you're able to take the short and you were able to get into it, great opportunity. If not, hey, we got to be cautious in these fast, strong moves. We're going to see that in a couple of these markets. Excuse me, I said euro. I think we just skipped the gold. I'll make sure to pull that up in just a second. We're looking at euro. We skipped gold. But this market takes off to the downside extremely quick. And if you're not able to get in on the initial move, sit on your hands. Wait for the market to tell you something else. Let's go ahead and look at that gold before I forget. All right, gold. Same thing as that euro. Opens up. Hard break. But this is where the market gave us a couple more chances to possibly get in and take advantage of the sell. Now that initial move breaks right down to our moving average, which is what we look at all the time. Remember, when we look at gold, we're looking at that 200 period simple moving average. This, to me, is about the only chance I'm really seeing to say, hey, I can take that short and get in on this move. If I'm looking at that. But for me, I'm going to be a little more hesitant. I like to wait for equity markets to open up before I'm going to hop in on this gold market. As soon as equities open, we continued that downward move. We did have a couple points, though, in this market. We were able to take advantage of that short. If it's not inside your rules, for me, it's inside my rules. I'm not doing anything in gold until equities open up. The only one I will take beforehand is going to be Treasuries. Treasuries opened up this morning. We saw yields were starting to take off. that's a signal we have to look for opportunity to short. And here's what I liked all night long. This market was holding below our moving average. And what I like to look for, if we're staying below that moving average, the moving average is holding above where that market's trading, I'm going to utilize that as my chance to take the short. So right here off the open, we fail to make new highs. We fail to accept on the other side of that moving average. I'm instantaneously looking for my short here to see if I can get this market to run down. Same thing applies here. If you did not get it on that initial move, you want to look for those little bit of strength. Even if it's a few ticks, we're looking for that little bit of strength to get in on directional move. But again, it is only Monday. There's a lot of opportunity ahead of us here this week. We're just getting started into the new year, new month, new quarter, new week. So be patient. Remember, if we all took some time off last week or the last couple weeks, make sure you're thinking about that. Make sure you're taking your time here. There's no rush to get into things. Continue to reflect on last year. Remember, it's just January. All right, it's January 3rd, the first trading day of this new year. So take your time. Be patient and be cautious. Sorry, I'm kind of powering through this, but I wanted to make sure I'm not feeling great, but I wanted to touch on everything here with us. We got that Bitcoin down a little bit, $45,930 there. And then let's go ahead and just take a quick look at all of our stocks and everything going on over there, and we'll get into calendar for the rest of the week. Airbnb up $172, GameStop down $152, AMC down $26, but Tesla, that's a strong one. $1,200 a share there in Tesla. Robinhood continues to struggle a little bit, $18 a share there. And Rivian, I am seeing people taking deliveries of their cars. $102 a share there. All right. See, Ricardo, good to see you. Theodore, good to see you. That December rally was real. Dan, here we are in January. Absolutely. We made it to January. PD, good to see you. Going to get after it this year. I love it. Be patient. Look for your opportunities. You know what? And don't hesitate. If you have the opportunity, press into it a little bit. But don't take crazy risk, right? You see those high probability trades where you're able to keep your risk tight and managed. Those are chances where we can sit here and we can lean into a little bit. We're doing well. Don't lean in. But as soon as that market starts to go against and it starts to hit us, peel it back pretty quickly. Just get it off. All right? Reel it up. Reel it in. Wait for those opportunities. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for those big opportunities. Captain Price, good to see you as well. All right. Really quick, let's just touch on the economic calendar for this week. OPEC meeting tomorrow morning. That'll be coming in with ISM manufacturing at 9 o'clock. And then throughout the rest of the week, we got FOMC minutes on Wednesday. Jobless claims, international trading good will be on Thursday. And hey, first Friday of every month, what do we expect? The employment numbers. So employment situation. So that'll be on Friday. So opportunity coming this week. Let's be patient. Let's look for those big opportunities. Let's manage our risk. Let's not just trade to trade, right? That's the key here. That's always my goal coming into every year. It's not trade to trade. It's trade when I find good opportunities. So maybe set that as a goal this year. Trade when the opportunity presents itself. Our job is not to trade. Our job is to take what we have and make more of it, right? That's our job. It's not so much about buying and selling, but rather being smart in the way we're buying and being smart in the way we're selling to create more opportunity to continue to build those accounts. All right, guys, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, get some cold medicine in me. John will be back tomorrow morning, 7:45 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. And by the way, if you haven't signed up already, John's classes are getting going. Going to be really exciting stuff. So make sure if you haven't signed up already, you go ahead and sign up for it. I think you can find it on the website. You can also find it. John will be dropping it into the market forecast tomorrow morning. And then don't forget, tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Time, we're back with Coach's Playbook. So until then, guys, stay safe, wash your hands, trade smart, and trade well. Look forward to seeing you in the markets. Take care, everybody.